Damn it.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the show. I apologize if you guys can hear a fan going. It's warm in here and we're trying to keep it cool down. Welcome back to the show. We are going to be talking about a couple things today. So there were several shows going over the weekend. We had Ashe Wrestling 15. We had SmackDown. Well, we had Saturday Night Main Event and AEW. What was it, Double or Nothing that they had, Nicole?
I'm like missing stuff. Yeah, so it was double or nothing.
Double or Nothing was this weekend as well. So it was a lot of wrestling happening over the weekend. And we're also going to end it with talking about Charlotte and Becky's Rivals episodes because, number one, some of y'all owe me an apology and you owe Nicole an apology. And
Yes,
I'm going to
me.
explain why in a minute.
I have apologies to
On y'all.
So here we go. Let's start off with Ashe Wrestling. Ashe Wrestling had their wrestling show in North Carolina this weekend. It was called Ashe 15. And I love their graphic for their shows. It's always very, very vibrant, but it's unapologetically black. And I love that. Okay. So Ashe 15, the match card or the biggest aspect of the match card was their main event was Darius Lockhart facing off against the All Father Darius Carter, and he has a little minion called Ryan Rembrandt in his back pocket. So let's get into the show for Ashe 15. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, which Ashe Wrestling is based out of North Carolina. So a lot of their shows are in that area. And we had a bunch of different shows. If you want to watch the show, the playback of it, from my understanding, you could watch it on their Patreon, on their website. And I think you could watch it on YouTube under their memberships, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So don't quote me. Okay. But we had a couple of matches. So if you don't know the names of some of these wrestlers, I understand. I'm just trying to make sure we give some variety in terms of shows because while we love WWE and hate them at the same time, we do need to spotlight the shows that are doing great things. And Ashe Wrestling is one of them. Next time I will be subscribed because I didn't get the chance to. I had family here this weekend, so it was a big old thing. But next time they have a show, I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna watch it from start to finish, and you'll have a good blow by blow of everything. So there were a few matches on the card. I'm just gonna go through it really quickly. You had Zenith Zion. She beat Auntie Joe. Auntie Joe is a wrestler that a good friend of ours, Rico, is very close to and knows. So unfortunately, his homegirl lost that match on the card yesterday. Well, Sunday or Saturday, sorry. There was a hold for hold match, and this was against Darian Bigston and Ricky Rembrandt. Now, I didn't know what a hold for hold match was, but it says a hold for hold match is a specific grappling based professional wrestling stipulation where all striking, punches, kicking, and chops are strictly prohibited. So I assume that would be traditional wrestling, like traditional ground and pound wrestling that we're talking about here. So they had that match, and Darian Bigston is the one who beat Ricky Rembrandt. The Ashe men's tag team title match went on, and TME, which is made up of Duke Davis and Gannon Jones Jr., defeated Alex Kane and Shug D. Owen Knight defeated Ian Maxwell and Treehouse Lee, and Cedric Alexander and Dante Khalifa defeated LeBron Cazone and Manny Lowe. Leah Knight, sorry about that. That's my freaking phone timer. Sorry. Leah Knight defeated Amira Rose, and the Ashe men's title did not change hands. Darius Carter retained his championship against Darius Lockhart. From what I understand in this particular show, it is pretty damn good. Darius Lockhart and Darius Carter have been locked in this feud for quite some time. So Darius Carter was able to retain. So next time we'll have a better overview of the show because I'm going to watch it. Hopefully, one of the other girls will watch it too, and we'll have a better back and forth of the show. Okay. Are y'all gonna watch Ashe Wrestling next time or?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll watch it. I'm looking for I'm kind of with everything going on in WWE. I'm looking for different wrestling organizations to watch, including, of course, you got to support the indies. Which, speaking of which, in October down here where I'm at, they're going to have Wrestle Scream, and so far we have Nikki Black, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan coming here, and it's a 2-day WrestleCon, and they'll have wrestling matches there too. So we have 3/4, well, no, 3/5 of the Wyatt Six. And I'm going, and I don't care if no one goes with me. I'm going because I'm not missing. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
definitely let me know when their next show is because I know I'm the token white girl, but I'm supporting everybody black over here because why the hell not?
if you follow our good friend Lovely LeBeau, Lovely just posted a basically a little ad or promo for the next Ashe show. It is coming up soon. I want to say it comes up in June. So if you're looking for alternative wrestling, I say start there. MLW would probably be another place to start for those of you who are on like that mainstream AEW, WWE style of wrestling. MLW is in that vein. It's a little bit grittier, a little bit. I would put it in the lines of like it's a combo of indie style wrestling and television produced wrestling. It's a nice hybrid of both. So you can enjoy that. But those are two places that I would start if you're looking for alternatives to the bigger companies like AEW and WWE. With that being said, mentioning WWE, they
Mhm.
did have Saturday night main event, and we're going to go over that really quickly. So, there were 4 matches on the card for Saturday night main event, and they are or were as follows. The first match of the night, I believe, was Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss facing off against the baddies Jade Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab in a 6-woman tag team match. For the most part, it seemed like Charlotte, Rhea, and Bliss were able to finally come together and be a squad to face off against the baddies, but that didn't work out in their favor. Even though they came together, at the end of the match, the girls ended up getting beat down. Rhea Ripley suffered a beat down and they lost. Jade Cargill and her homegirls were standing tall and won this match. Now I got a lot
Period.
of questions after I got a lot of questions after this match. Was like, what does this mean? Does this mean Jade is gonna win that title next week? And I highly doubt it. I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest. I don't think she's gonna win the title next week. That's probably one of the reasons why she got the win this week that we just went past. In my opinion, and I know it's going to sound crazy, in my opinion, they have more real estate with Rhea as champion, but you have something new with Jade as champion. The same competitor could go up against Jade in Charlotte Flair. She hasn't fought her yet. She could be tested with Jade. Jade could still have her homegirls. She could win if that's what they want to do. But in my opinion, giving the title back to Jade would be foolish because you shouldn't have gave it to Rhea in the first place if you were just going to give it back to Jade. You could have just let Jade retain and move on instead of doing
My
this.
my thing is just if they're going to give the title, because I know Naomi's pregnancy was kind of surprising, and then Bianca was injured and all that. If they're going to give Jade the title back, which I don't think they're going to, and I'm not saying that as a Rhea fan because I do agree with you, Tiff, that it would just be Charlotte and Sasha Banks 2.0 over and over playing hot potato with that title. If they're going to give it to Jade, give her something to work with. Give her opponents. Build shit with her. You have stacked roster. You have all the NXT girlies coming in. You got Sol Ruka coming in. Well, she's on Raw. but you have all these NXT girls coming in. You need
I
to
think
build
she should
something
have
with.
been on SmackDown. There's something
Yeah,
disjointed about her being on Raw.
I have to agree.
But all I'm saying is that they need to do something with Jade, because you hang around these internet streets long enough, you start catching people, false sense of security, they start talking to you. Majority of the people, and this is kind of my same aggravation, they don't necessarily hate Jade. Just they did nothing with her and nothing for her having that title, because she literally faced maybe 3 people, one of them being Tiffany Stratton, and then she lost to Rhea. And y'all know I'm a big Rhea fan, okay? But I'm just like, we need to get new blood on this title. And if they give it back to Jade, need to have a consistent program for her, having rivals, sick Nia on her, sick Lash on her, sick, I don't fucking know, sick the lady from Section 313 on her. Like, you have to build something. You just can't be throwing random shit at the wall. But then again, it's your fault for not having, you had plan A with Naomi, but you didn't have plans B through where you fucked up at. Do you
I
get what I'm
think
saying?
that's the issue all around. They were waiting for Bianca to come back, and that's a problem. They were waiting. They had Naomi in the wings. Naomi got pregnant, and then that was it for her. So it's a lot. It's more than just but they have plenty to work with. They chose not to. And that was the issue. So Nicole, you're the last one to have anything to say about the match or anything that could possibly happen with the title, and then we'll move on to the next match.
Stop scratching shit. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just cleaned. Um, I mean, you guys pretty much covered anything I want to say. I don't. They use. Sorry, I'm just overstimulated. Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't really have anything to add that you guys didn't say. Um. Also, I didn't watch Saturday Night Main Event A because it didn't sound
Understandable.
good, and
It
B,
was, it was okay.
I spent time with my friends, which was really nice because I hadn't been able to do that in a while. I kind of needed that time. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to spend time with your friends.
yeah.
All right. By the way, if y'all haven't tried these cheesy mama um mangoes they have, these things are fire. I'll put them in our group chat so you can see, but these things slap. Anyways, so Ruka face off against Becky Lynch. Let me save y'all the trouble. Becky Lynch pulled Jessica Carr into Ruka as she was hitting the Soul Snatcher, and Jessica Carr ended up hitting the Soul Snatcher. She was able to get up. Jessica Carr got hit with the Soul Snatcher. She was able to get up and call for the bell, which gave Ruka the victory. Becky wasn't happy because she realized, Becky Lynch is, trying to cheat.
Yeah.
And Soul wasn't
Yeah.
happy because, like, she wanted a clean win. So because of that, Becky decided to attack Soul Ruka and hit her with the manhandle slam. And that was her way of saying,
Oh,
welcome to the big time. I'll tell you this. When it comes to Becky's current character, I'm not a fan because it seems to be stuck in this constant revolving door of her getting the upper hand. And I need for them to do something different. I mean, it's wild how when we have these conversations about Becky, the narrative changes. And it's usually, oh, well, Becky, is the man, so she has to be the one. But again, when you go to her counterpart, to Charlotte, you get a totally different response. And all I'm saying is, turnabout is fair play. They overuse Becky now more than ever. She shouldn't have the Intercontinental title. It should be a stepping stone title. It should be a building title. She shouldn't be holding it. Someone else needs to be holding it.
Isn't she like a 3-time women's IC champ now at this point?
I want to say yes, but I'm not 1,000% sure.
Honestly.
I just don't care enough about it in my Google search.
That's either 2 or 3.
It's either 2 or 3.
Depending on how many, it's either 2 or 1 too many.
It's 1 too many.
I'm gonna go.
It's definitely 1 too many. They are in Columbus for Raw today, and Paul Heyman is kicking off the show because Obafemi and Brock Lesnar are having their match reprise.
Ew.
And they do have them like I do like the really big graphic that they have for Clash of Italy. They're like chiseled out in stone as statues before they show their actual graphic, which I thought was pretty cool.
Anywho, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, their graphics team at WWE, I don't know who comes up with the concepts for it, but they're really good. They're very, very good. Paulina is opening up the show today. He's yelling in the microphone about something. I don't know what it is. Anyways.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
No one cares, Paul.
Okay, so this is unique and interesting. During the show, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis tells Lynch that he talked to Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, and because of her actions, she will defend her Intercontinental Championship against Soruka at Clash of Italy. So that match has been added to the card.
As they should.
Wasn't like we didn't know it was happening, but sure. Last Legend and Nia Jax lost to y'all favorite champions, Paige and Brie. They lost. I mean, they should have lost if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Paige and Brie, they kind of cheated. Brie held Paige up so she can keep the pressure on Nia for the roll up, and that's how they won.
The only reason I wasn't mad about that when I heard about it is because they won cleanly against them the first time.
That's what I said.
So you cheating the second time, that's on you because you beat them for real the first time. So I don't give a damn what you do after that. Because they shouldn't have low-key even had another rematch.
Thank you.
But who else they got at this point?
Love her down. But at the same time, you bitches lost fair and square 2 times if you want to get real technical. The first time you could argue about it, blah, 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 blah. The second one, for real, and then third time, okay, them bitches cheat a little bit. That's all them bitches did. They're divas. If I see any lady cheating out her damn match, it better be a diva. Not you new bitches. You got too much going on to be doing all that. It pissed me off.
I agree. I mean, they are divas, and to me, it was a fine win. I mean, we've seen Lash and Nia cheat multiple times, so it's not the end of the world. Not to mention, y'all have interfered in every single title match that Charlotte and Bliss have had, and those women never got to have no redemption against you two for nothing. If you ask me, karma's a bitch, and you got what you deserved. That's it. That's all. We're moving on, unless you got something to say about it, Alexis.
Don't care.
Awesome sauce. Moving on. Penta versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page did not best Penta. He lost his match, and Penta, it seems, had a lot of energy in this match. They were going at it bar for bar, move for move. But Penta was able to reverse into a Penta driver after Ethan Page tried to hit the egoplex, and Page kicked out. It was a lot of back and forth between the two of them. But overall, from what I saw and what everybody else is saying, this match was the best match of the night. Penta was able to best Page in this match, and Ethan Page now has to figure out another way to either come back after the champion or find another way to get to it. I don't know. But he lost, and Penta has retained.
As he should.
All right. So there's that. Moving on to the last match of the night. The Vision faced off against the Street Profits. And if you were expecting the Street Profits to actually win this, you haven't been paying attention to the Vision very long. I'm just going to sum this up and save you the trouble.
Thank you.
The Vision retained their championships. All right. Paul used the brass knuckles on Montez Ford. Dawkins flew over the top rope onto Paul. In theory, ended up pinning Montez Ford because he got knocked out with the brass knuckles. All right. That's how that happened. So it seems that Paul Heyman got involved. It took Paul Heyman, both members of the tag teams, in theory and in look at Paul Heyman. He's shaking like a leaf. Anyways, it took all three members of the Vision to take them out.
Okay.
And then once they got to the end of this, it looks like Montez and them got up. They were ready. They were defending themselves, but Braun Breaker came in and attacked both of them and took them out. There were no Seth Rollins. There was nobody out there to help them or save them. And that, my friends, was the end of Saturday Night Main Event. Now, of course, it re-solidified the Vision as to what they are and what they're going to be. But, that was it. That was your show.
As long as they've been doing this Saturday Night Main Event, I'm gonna be honest. The only one that I really watched was Cena's last match because it was just a random Saturday Night Main Event. But every card that I hear from Saturday nights, they're never that interesting. Or at least to me, they're not. I'm not gonna say it's a shitty show, but I wouldn't go pay money to see any of this live. I just watch it from home.
I think that I don't know. I think that they were making they have an obligation with ABC, or rather NBC, to do these shows. So they either use them to extend feuds, or they use them to end them, or to create, and that's fine. But at the same time, was the show necessary? No, it was not. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that great. It did what it was supposed to do in certain spaces. For Becky and Sol Ruka, it allowed them to be able to compete at Clash in Italy for the title rather than having that title defended on Saturday Night Main Event. Because Lash and Nia complained about the Bellas and Paige, or rather Brie and Paige, cheating, this allowed them to have another shot, which to me, I agree with Nicole. They didn't deserve and they didn't need. They could have moved on to another team. I didn't understand why we're in this constant conversation, because if that's the case, then why couldn't Sammy get a second shot at the U.S. title?
Because the internet this week hates Zayn. That's why.
So since Nicole wasn't interested in Saturday Night Main Event, you can tell that I'm not going to bother her with too much. I'm just going to let her get herself together, and when she's ready to come in, we'll talk about AEW because she is my liaison for that because I did not watch AEW. But I heard that it was an excellent show. And from what I heard about the match with Okada and Takeshita, that match was one of the best matches, if not the best match of the night.
I heard the show overall was really good. The only one that I really see people crapping on, and it's just because people were watching it with like nostalgia glasses. But I know Nicole's got a whole nother reason why she didn't like that match. Was FTR versus Edge and Christian? Because I ain't calling that grown ass man Cope. But like, really, that was the only. Really, though, that was the only.
I ain't never seen
That was the
somebody's son Paul Heyman like that my entire fucking life.
How was she talking about how
what.
Paul Heyman got all
Uh,
pissy? He looked like he was finna pee on himself.
He probably did pee on himself.
um,
He talked in his face that whole promo. Oba is him.
Yes, he is.
if I can,
Wrestling gods have blessed him.
I know the right. If we were gonna pass on something for wrestler to wrestler, Oba gets this. Oba's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oba's gonna kill you.
He was blessed by his forefathers.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
This Ethan Page and Penta match slack though. I did watch that because that was the only thing worth to watch.
It was so good.
Also, I called it about what's that man's name? Rey Mysterio being the AAA GM.
GM.
Yeah, you did call that.
Oh, we need to talk about Kaiser then too. We should have mentioned that before the show. Or we could just bring it
We'll
up real
talk
quick.
about him later. We'll talk about him in
My
a minute.
guy, Kaiser. I hope you got a good lawyer.
He do. He definitely does. Right now, we can go in double or nothing. So here we go.
Oh jeez, I need to bring up the
Mhm.
map card. I'm gonna let y'all know. Um, I had to work in the morning, so I fell asleep. But I will be able to tell you where I fell asleep at. I want to say bring the map card. What I saw was great. I always enjoy Double or Nothing. That's like my second favorite pay per view of theirs. I think so. I think that's my second Double or Nothing match card. Okay. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. Oh, contract signing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well,
All right. Oh,
This
not
is
them. Not
Javon.
putting my not they forget my damn bubbles and my bubble tea.
Javon
Oh,
Evans
I
is
wanted an
facing off.
order.
He's facing off against Penna today for the Intercontinental Championship.
that's gonna be a good match.
I'm so mad.
They messed up your order.
Yes. Hold on. I think I found a correct one, maybe. I don't know why we got a picture of Triple H next to MJF. This is
I
none
got
of
your
this.
match card here from Bleacher Report. So if you want to go,
Oh, I got it. Okay. I just wanted to see if they had it in order. Because well, actually, I'll just be able to say what I didn't watch. Um, so the Death Riders versus the Ops. I have no recollection of that show. I fell asleep.
Death Riders beat
Um,
the Ops.
actually,
That's it.
actually missed quite a bit of this card. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch at least half of this apparently. Um, I unfortunately I missed the conglomeration of Boom and Doom. I missed that match. I missed Stadium Stampede, but I wasn't upset about that. But I probably still want watch it. I heard Jericho and them won. I did watch the FTR versus Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. I quit match. The old people won. Actually, the old people that are relevant won, i.e., Christian and Adam Copeland.
Jesus
Y'all know
Christ.
I don't fuck with FTR no more.
Sound like you.
they did really well. I was very impressed. Christian did great. I think we need to start giving Christian his flowers for being like a consistent. I feel bad calling them old and I'm gonna sound ageist, but I'm very like they're very good for like he's very good for like the old people still wrestling.
Hmm.
You
Like
know what
he
I just
does,
thought
he picks the right things to do is what I'm saying. Like he's still active, you could tell he's in shape and blah blah, but you can tell that he's picking things that he knows is can work for him now. And even though we want to see some cool stuff, which he will do every
Excuse
once in a
me.
while, but he knows he can't do that all the time, so he keeps it to what makes sense, and I really appreciate for us as like viewers, but also for him and his health post ring life.
you
And
know what I
then
just
Beth
realized.
Phoenix, I hate Beth Copeland. I hate that sounds fucking stupid. Or just fucking call her Beth. Or god damn it, call WWE. They gave him Metagalingus and Rated R Superstar. Just call him and ask him can you use Phoenix. Like Beth Copeland sounds so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, go ahead,
My,
Alexis. I just had to get that train of thought because that pissed me off so bad every time they kept saying her name.
my thing is just like with when it's Christian. I was thinking about the other day about him. I was bored at work and I looked it up and I've never seen one person in this industry have anything bad to say about him. And then when you go back and you watch a couple of his matches, he actually worked safe. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I mean, I'm not a huge Christian fan, and I'm not gonna be here like all of a sudden like, oh my god, Christian is the best. I'll be like, yeah, he got over by Edge, but he's not as bad when joked him out to be back in the. So, but I don't know. But I was telling Tiff, the only match people seem to shit on was that tag match that what I've seen online. The only people seem to have.
I low-key I didn't really like the match. I just thought Edge and Christian did good. I kind of didn't really like that match. Um, but I like that. But it was good. It was cute. All right, let's go to the next match that I actually watched. This is a long ass card. I did see that John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. Obviously, they have perfect ring chemistry. They remind me of. I know this is gonna really bug some people out, but they remind me of how Charlotte and Sasha Banks used to be, or Mercedes.
Oh, okay. The yin to the yang.
Like, yes, like I might not wanted to see either of them, but and people could stand them. People, especially when they're really going about over there. But one thing for sure, you never complained about the actual match,
Yeah.
and that's the same thing with this John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. This was unnecessary. Like, why we keep circling back like this? But the match is gonna be gone. So I'm gonna complain until then, but I'm gonna still fucking complain. Um, but yeah, it was cute. Um, Moxley won as he should. Yeah, it was good. I actually kind of like him now, and I hate that I'm saying this, but like his iteration of Death Riders now and how he's approaching it is like actually like likable.
Really.
Yeah, it's just like it's acknowledging like I know you're proud. It's low key. It's like low key acknowledging like all right, whatever. You might be sick of this or whatever, but this is what it is. This is just we're always going to be a thing, no matter what you think is going to happen, or we're always going to be interconnected and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. And then what they're doing with Will Ospreay is like really, really interesting. Because
Okay.
it's like Will Ospreay like trying to keep like his core self and his core values, but coming back feeling like I just came back from like something like really crazy. Like, what if I can't be the wrestler, be the person that like I used to be? And then how can I even like achieve the greatness that I know that is possible within me? And then Mox is like acknowledging, be like, I see you, I get that, I've been through that. He's like, but he was like, but you can't do it like how you were doing. Like, let me show you my way. And if you don't like it, whatever, after we're done with this, you'll walk away from it. If you're like all in, you're good, you're with us. And it's like they're slowly like indoctrinating him in the Death Riders. Like at first it was just like Mox mostly talking to him, and then like you would see him like put him through these rough trainings, and then you would see like another video, you see like another like segment, and Mox is like talking about like what they're doing with Will Ospreay, and you see like Cesaro like showing him like different arm stuff or whatever, and like showing him like different holds, and you're just like, wait a second. And then you'll see another one where it's like Wheeler, like he just like had like a real good workout or fight or whatever. Wheeler's like hyping him up like, you do good. And then Marina is like patting him on like the shoulder, like, oh, it's like you killed it, like like doing like physio on his arms and shit like that. And Mox is talking about, you're like, wait a sec. It's like they're slowly like, it's sort of like a cult actually. I think that's why I like it, because they're
Mhm.
just like slowly like reeling him in, showing like, yes, like we're rough and this is like kind of crazy. Like all of us are fucking crazy, but we actually really do care about each other, and like we got each other's back, and we always want the best for everyone. Like this is what Judgment Day thinks they are.
I
If
was
we're
just
being for
about to
real.
ask
No, I'm
that.
being for real. Like this is what Judgment Day thinks they're. This is what WWE thinks they're doing Judgment Day.
Doesn't they? Okay, we're not even gonna go there. But I get what Nicole is saying. They're
Yeah.
easing Will Ospreay in.
That's phenomenal storyline. Like honestly, if you don't watch AEW, I would low key. I would. That's one of the things. Like I would too, and I'm like so interested in it.
Okay.
I saw the Smojo and Will Ospreay. Obviously, they wrestle very well, so it was good. Will Ospreay won. Athena versus Mina Shirakawa, 10 out of 10. No notes. Perfect execution. The Athena, the Forever Championship champion, is one step closer. I think she should win it. I honestly, and I'm sorry, I'm about to go on another tangent. I need them to put one of them belts on Athena. If Willow, since Willow's gone on injury and this is vacated, put this title on Athena. Let her be a two belts Athena. I'm so
Well,
dead ass right
And
now.
then but no, I agree, because then at least she'd be a fighting champion and we would see her.
the funny thing is,
Like
she is a fighting champion in Ring of Honor, but we just don't see it because we don't have that paid prescription, and I'm not paying
Put
for.
her on TV, Tony.
Tony, put
She
her
is a
on
fight.
TV before this.
Like she does fight. She does defend that title. It's not like she's just champ and doesn't have opponents. She has plenty of opponents. They're just not seen on television. And they have two shows. They could have Athena defending that title on Collision.
She be on Collision every blue moon.
See what I'm
Every blue
saying?
moon, she's on Collision. She's more so on What is Javon doing? Oh my god.
He just
Oh my
got thrown
god.
into the goddamn
What
table.
is
That
he
shit
doing?
is
Why is he running
nuts.
around the ring like this?
I can't see anything. I can't
Oh my
see
god, he's
anything.
stressing me out.
Yes, he's being
I saw the women's four-way match for the AEW World Title. Surprisingly, this match actually wasn't that great. It was just like it seemed very disconnected for some reason.
Mhm.
It seemed like everybody was trying to have a different type of match, and it didn't,
Mhm.
and it just is. It was just kind of a mess. Honestly, it was just like a mess. I was a mess, and I'm very disappointed because I feel like all four of the ladies are better than that. But I was just like, oh no. But Thekla retained as she should. I think she should be champion for a very long time. I think she should be champion until Tony Storr comes back.
Has there been any word on why Tony was out? I know I can't remember. It was like she was possibly injured, but they didn't like say anything more than that. Though,
Nope. It's
has anything? Has
surprisingly, it's very, very unknown. There's like,
Yeah.
whispers of what it may or may not be, but not even a bleep. So there's been rumblings that she's like had like a really extensive injury. There's been like small inkling of people say that she's taking like a significant time off so no one like gets sick of her, blah blah blah. And
I mean,
then
fair.
third one, obviously, baby. So there's a
Mhm.
toss up, but again, it's one of those things. It's like very tight lipped. She's just like off doing whatever she
so
is, she's doing.
so until she says something, don't pay attention to what people are saying. Got it.
Exactly, exactly. I wouldn't pay attention to anything till we hear anything from her and or Juice. Like that's it. Those are the
Yeah.
only two people I want to hear about what's going on afterwards. And
Okay,
honestly, they're the only two people who should. The third person that I would be okay with is Tony, only because that he's her boss,
Right.
and that's it.
and that's different because like that's at least it's like officially coming from the higher up.
Yes, correctly. So that's why I'm saying like those are the three people that though are only going to acknowledge whatever it is.
I dig it.
Bandito and Swerve Strickland. I think Swerve won.
He
This
did
is
win.
like I was kind of like going in and out by then.
Yeah. He won.
Yeah.
This is the tournament they're having. That tournament they have every year.
Flaw.
He advanced in that tournament, and then Athena's match was a tournament match as well. So she advanced in hers as well. And then what was
Sorry,
left?
forgot to tell y'all. Um,
Hmm.
What was it? MJF's match?
yep, that's the last one. Oh, Okada
And
and
Tasha.
Takashita. Oh my god! And Kyle came back and he turned on Takesha. Oh my god! I'm so
She's
sad. I'm so sad about it.
I can't with her.
There's just so many bad bitches and no one can get along. Sad. You bad bitches, they just have to compete with one another. Y'all can all be great.
Takesha did win
Everyone's
the
a baddie.
match.
Everyone can have a baddie chain. The match was perfect. It was 5. It was 10 out of fucking 5. I was high
Everybody's
as fuck
bowdy
during
check.
this match, but I was locked in. This is how good that match was.
That's what everybody's raving about. The
I
match
was
with
locked
Takesha.
in. I kid you not, I knew I did not fucking move an inch that whole time
God
because
damn.
I knew I had to lock in or I was nothing. I
She
wasn't
didn't
gonna
want to miss
retain it.
nothing. Yeah. She didn't want to miss nothing.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was like, my edibles kicking in. I gotta really this is something I wanna see. I
She's
was
like, let me
just
lock in.
it was like I don't know, like ballroom sound noises, like someone like voguing down the middle of the street. Like,
Damn.
I don't know. Like, it's just, it was cunty. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just amazing.
Huh?
13 out of 5. And then the last
Damn.
match is Darby Allin, MJF. I knew MJF was gonna win. That wasn't man was gonna shave his fucking head. He probably has a movie that he's gonna go off
Come
and shoot in 2
on.
weeks.
Get it, get it, get it.
Champion.
Oh, fucking hell.
What the
Damn
fuck,
it.
man?
Damn it, damn it.
Are you okay? 2 minutes. That's all I saw. 2 minutes. How the fuck have you been building Darby Allin to be your golden since you guys fucking launched this company? You finally give him the title. The three of us, even though we will say fuck Darby Allin on a daily basis, we were happy he won because he fucking actually put in the work and he went to fucking Everest and then he came back and he came back to wrestling, which blows my fucking mind. But like, he did it for a month. MJF will have that shit for do nothing. Darby was on every single fucking defending that title, and now you're gonna give it back to some elf who all he does is the same shit over and over again. He always cheats, and I used to be an MJF fan, so this is coming from a lot. Okay, MJF is not your champion. You want your fucking champion? You had it in Darby Allin. And he was out there busting his ass, putting his body on the line every fucking show. And now you're going to give it back to this asshole who, what, in, like you said, 2 months he's going to leave to go film another fucking movie that he's going to get cut out of?
Well,
oh, that pisses me the fuck
fair. If we
Darby Allin.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect Darby Allin to keep that title past Double or Nothing if MJF was coming back. So I know that it sounds bad, but at the same time, MJF, he just wasn't meant to keep the title. This was just a little stop loss to give you a little taste of what you could get if Darby Allin was champion. I'm pretty sure he'll get the title back at some point. In my opinion, if you're going to maintain, I'll put it this way. Most people are going to watch a villain be champion or an anti-hero be champion for a longer time than they would watch.
Are they gonna turn him?
It looks like they are.
Who?
Javon. He seems very angry that he lost that match, and fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, that would be good also, so these people can shut the
have
fuck
a concussion?
Up. Who?
Logan Paul.
Oh, good for him.
Ha! Sorry.
Play.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that
even
was
my
AEW,
dog just looked away like
Double or Nothing.
What the fuck did it say?
so that's why people were quiet. Match. Everybody's
like Columbus, y'all need to get it together. These are some raggedy, like uninspired looking signs.
Okay,
this is
so
a
now
mess.
you're gonna work under the Freebird rule. Okay. Wonderful.
Who? The Vision?
Yeah. Because Logan Paul's injured. He's out. Which makes me believe that Bronson Reed is probably going to come back and take his spot, which I would prefer. Because have you seen that man?
Oh, this is what I was getting to. This is the kind of Samoan man you fucking want because you posted something on your account today, and I was looking at that. I better than a man looking at a woman. I stopped staring at Bronson Reed for like 5 minutes because it's gotten huge.
That man.
They got the same exact spray tan on. This is crazy. What's going on in the fucking makeup department?
I don't know, but Paul Heyman is always orange. So
Bronson got that. Oh, his wife is lucky. Oh, I'm saying.
All right. So
When
now we're here. We're at our main event, basically having a conversation. All right. So this Sunday, AEW Rivals is on, what came on, and the clips are starting to circulate online about Charlotte and about Becky's rivalry. Okay. And you learned a few things. Number one, we learned that Charlotte's ire towards Becky was justified due to Becky's antics online. But I want to make sure we focus on some things. So I will tell you what I know and what we saw, and then we'll go into the conversation. So AEW Rivals usually comes on every single week. I believe that it comes on with like, the other show with something to do with like legends or some shit like that. I don't watch it often. That's not something that I really enjoy watching. Sometimes I do because you get to learn about the rivalry itself, how it got to that, point. And I don't really want to know all the in-depths because I feel like sometimes it's going to ruin my love of that particular rivalry. So I tend to steer clear of those types of shows. But I saw this online today and it just reaffirmed what I always thought, which is that some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but I'm just gonna say it so you can understand where I'm coming from. Charlotte said it best. She said, when you're dealing with two alphas, people just want to be the best and you have competition. I disagree. I think that when you're dealing with a person who feels inferior, they will do whatever is necessary to get themselves to where they need to be. And this is why I say this is a problem, because Becky and Charlotte were friends. Or should I say Rebecca and Ashley were friends. They knew each other. She knew Charlotte's weakness. She knew what it was. And instead of going beyond that, she decided to go low and use that to get her where she wanted to be because she felt she deserved to be there. And Charlotte was already light years ahead of her, and she didn't even have to break a sweat. And that pissed her off, it seems like, in my opinion. I could be wrong. All right, but I don't think that I am. Furthermore, when Becky addresses this in the show, her response to the question and how she reacted to it is what throws me off. She says something to the effect of, I realized that I made a mistake and I went too far. It wasn't that I hurt Ashley. She was my friend. I shouldn't have gone that far. It was just I went too far. I wanted to make the story as real as possible, and I may have gone too far. Okay. Then you get further into it, and then you hear Charlotte explain how the belt exchange went down and how Charlotte felt, as her character still being the villain, it didn't make sense for her to give up her championship to Becky, right? Which in hindsight, Charlotte is correct. Charlotte is the villain. She should have been the one grandstanding with the title as if it was hers, right? So, of course, I understood. Damn! The fuck? It just came out of fucking nowhere. Austin Theory's beating the brakes off of Joe Hendry with his chair.
Oh, I'm behind.
Goodness.
They're never gonna shit.
Anyways, fucking weirdo. Anyways, you had Charlotte talking about the title, and oh my god. And she's like, the title exchange was crazy. She didn't think it was smart. She was like, I just don't want to do this. She pushed back. And Becky was just like, "Look, we have a plan." And she was like, "I'm just gonna." She said something about what she was gonna do, and Becky was just like, "That's not what the plan was. That's not what we were supposed to do. Like, you know, stick to the plan." And Seth, and she was like, she's gonna do something crazy out there. I know she is. So they go out there, and Charlotte says, I was just gonna pull the title away from her just to tour with her a bit. I wasn't trying to start no drama. That's all I wanted to do. And she said it wasn't intentional that the title fell. Just put it down, babe. It wasn't intentional that the title fell. Bless you. You okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay. She said it wasn't intentional. The title fell, and it was just an accident. She said she swears it was an accident, but Becky was adamant that she did this shit to her on purpose. She knew it was gonna happen, so it pissed her off, and she just goes out there and like throws her title at Charlotte. Then they get to the back, and Becky goes off, calls the girl a cunt, and Charlotte's like, to be called a cunt and be scolded like a child in front of everybody was crazy to me. And
Okay.
Becky was just like, well, I lost it, you know, and it was just, I lost it because I knew she was going to do something like that. Here's my thing. Here's my problem with this whole thing. I have read that woman's book. So I know exactly what's going on here. Charlotte is not like her character like Ashley and Charlotte are two separate things, to make that very clear. You can tell how sensitive she is when she talks about this stuff because it still affects her. But Becky is under the assumption that she is allowed to maneuver however she pleases, say whatever she wants to say, as long as it's for the story, which is very similar to how her husband operates and various other superstars operate. There's no boundary there. And with Charlotte, she's like, okay, I didn't go into no depth with you. You shouldn't have went into depth with me. But she better than me. She's a better human being than me, because since we're gonna go there, I would have went there for you. You targeted my weakness, I'm gonna go for yours. And I would have been like, well, bitch, this is the only job that you've ever been able to keep for your entire life. And while we're talking about plastics, we're talking about bodies. Was it not you who was still trying to, you know, make sure you kept yourself together? There was a time where you had an eating disorder and couldn't keep food down and was concerned. There was a time where you were running around trying to be a fitness, you know, whatever you could think of, because you couldn't keep your mind straight on what you wanted to do. See, I'm not nice. I'm not a nice person. I can admit that, especially when I feel like you're attacking me. So I'm going to go for the juggler. I'm like, are you a clown today? Are you a wrestler today? Are you trying to become a flight attendant again? Or are you just not capable of maintaining something that doesn't serve you purpose in terms of attention? Because if you're not getting the attention, you're dropping it. You're just leaving it right where it stands. You're not gonna stay in that wheelhouse, because you gotta have the attention on you. Without the attention, you become obsolete, and that's a problem for you. Whereas I don't need the attention. I know that I'm great. Do you know that, or do you just have to keep telling yourself that because you feel inferior to me? I don't. I would have still been pissed off at her as my friend, but since she wanted to go there, we would have fucking went there. And she would have never talked to me again, which would have been fine. My problem with Becky, however, is her condescending response to it, as if it was just not that big of a deal. We were making this as realistic as possible. This is your friend, somebody you hang out with after, before, and during shows, and you're intentionally attacking something that you know she's hypersensitive to. You cannot tell me that you did not know that. And you can't tell me that that isn't a big deal. You're just like, I may have gone too far. You may have gone too far. Then you get mad because of the belt situation. So you decide to go backstage and act like a complete ass. That would have been the shoot fight. Because you're not going to call me a cunt in front of everybody and think I'm just going to stand there and take that shit. I don't give a fuck what kind of pool you have in the company, how much money you make, where you think you stand. You're going to respect me one way or another. If I have to beat it into you, then so fucking be it. But you're not going to call me out of my name. You either call me by the name I was born as or the one I chose. That is totally up to you. But calling me a fucking cunt will get your ass whooped real quick with me.
So let's just do some explanation real quick. So we all know what cunt means. It's supposed to be one of the big 4-letter words you're not supposed to call anybody. There is a level on how you use that word. And it really depends on the relation that you have with said person. Because there's been times I've been messing around with these three, or these two and Janae and our friends, and we've called each other, and jokingly, Tiff has called me a cunt. She's like, "You're such a fucking cunt," like laughing while she says it. But it's not in like a derogatory way, because I'll call her one, joking her right back. But at the same time, we know our limits, that if me and her, or if me and Nicole, or if me and Janae were fighting, I would never call them that, because that's too fucking easy to do. So you have the friendship saying cut, right? And then it's like you have to know that person. You can't be calling no rando that word, because this is what happens. There's cunty, where that's the word of the year, where you're fierce, you're awesome, you dress nice, you look nice, you always serving, that kind of shit. And then you get to the red zone. That's when you call somebody that A, you don't know, or B, you're mad at them, but you're not smart enough to come up with another insult, so you're going to go for low-hanging fruit. Becky is in the red zone, because I don't care who if you are not my friend, I don't care if we are former friends, if you're not my friend and you call me a cunt, I will smile in my mugshot. Like, the whole tone of what I've seen, because I'm afraid if I keep watching this, I'm going to get pissed. Becky is acting, she's so combative about everything. And this was years ago. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but this is when like the COVID restrictions were lifted up and we were able to go back to shows. Okay. Everything in this interview, she's so combative. Her body language is like, she doesn't want to be there. Like, the way she talks, it's like if you say the one wrong thing, she's going to go off. And it's like, girl, why are you still mad about this 5 years later? It's not like she pissed in your Cheerios this morning and then threw it at you. Like, I can understand if you're mad about that. But this is shit that should have been buried and done with. You go back and you listen to the episode. We all agreed. The IWC all agreed. This was a stupid segment. It shouldn't have happened. They could have done this they could have just switched the shows, and the GMs could have given them the titles, or, they could have just crowned new champions and avoided this altogether. What the fuck do we know? Apparently, right? But like, she's so combative, and I don't like it, because every time she's on TV, when she's not wrestling, it feels to me she puts on an act, because apparently, and Tiff proved me right, that she doesn't know who the fuck she is. Like, ma'am, you are 40 years old, or you're about to be 40. You're too big to be acting like this. And then you have Charlotte on the side. See, Ashley than me. So she had 3 women do bullshit to her in that ring: Paige, Becky, and Tiffany. And the fact that this woman has not beaten their ass, that says loudly that she has self-control that I don't have. And I will probably never have, because she had all right to knock Paige when Paige talked about Reed. She had all right to knock Becky when she was acting like this, and then calling her a cunt And then Tiffany talking about how her marriage to Andrade felt, which kind of funny considering 2 months later, Kaiser done Jew and he's with Tina Batty. Okay, girl. Like, that's karma. That's why you don't say shit about people when they're at their lowest, because they'll go high, but then you'll go even lower on a karmic level. I just don't understand. It's just very sad to see a woman at this big age acting like that. And the whole time with Charlotte, she was sitting there. Her tone didn't change. Nothing about her changed. She didn't sound combative. She said sounded like she was just telling us a story, which is what they're supposed to be doing. And Becky's over here, like hunched up. She reminded me of a little kid. She reminded me of when Harley is like, or when my kid gets mad. And she kind of hunches up and she looks at you. And she's got this condescending tone. But see, I'm like, if you want to say something, say something. If you want to act, but you better be ready for the consequences when you say that shit. I don't like Becky. I don't like her as a person. I think that she's playing this game because I've heard people saying who've read the book, and I think Tiff said this too. She's sort of like a pick-me, where she wants to be the only girl in the room. She wants to be the only woman in the locker room. Like, you can't do that. This isn't the Attitude Era. This isn't back in the 80s. Okay? And I'm not a nice person either. I would tear her ass up a new one. But I'm just going to sum up my thing because I could just brag on her all day. Rebecca Quinn Lopez, you're a fucking cunt. And I don't mean that in the way friendly either. You're a fucking cunt.
My God.
I
Nicole.
would like to say that I was right.
You are.
I've been saying this for years
Mm-hmm.
as a lone Shar Binks defender since I don't even know when. I don't know, since that lady debuted in NXT. No, I didn't like her when she
It
debuted.
was
I
raw.
liked her like a little bit afterward. I liked her when she got to the main roster.
Yep.
And so whatever year that was. And I wasn't even watching WWE all like that during that time, but I was like, oh, I like her. So I would make sure I kept up with her matches. And she's just that girl. Charlotte can't help that she's Ric Flair's daughter. And she can't help that not only is she Ric Flair's daughter, that she herself is a better wrestler than Ric Flair. That is not Charlotte's fault. And I'm sick of everyone else acting like that, Charlotte's. I am so sorry. It's so sorry Charlotte has been born with amazing gifts. I'm so sorry about that because it is what it is. It's like a Serena Williams. It's like and LeBron James. It's just it just happens. It is what
Some
it is.
people just gifted. You can't
You
help
just
that.
gift it. You can't help it. And I think that really bothered her because she was so ungifted. Like she was like the complete opposite.
Yep.
And I think regardless of how she interpreted things to make herself feel better or how she wants to project how she interpreted things, that had an effect on her. And that's just what this all stems through. Because she saw that she had an opportunity and she's like, I gotta punch down because I don't know if I can like have this flop like for me. Like this is it. Like this had to work or like I'm done type of shit. And I mean kudos to Becky. She did it. I will give her that. She fucking did it. But it's like at what cost? Like, was it really that worth it?
And you can
Was it
tell.
really that worth it to get it that way when if you went a slightly different way, not even deviated that much, you probably would have gotten there all the same.
Yep.
And you would still have your friends.
Mm-hmm. It's lonely at the top, isn't it?
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
My problem is you don't have to act like an ass to just be. You just need to be a decent human being. And that for you to make it real, why couldn't you talk to her? I don't understand. Like, it's not like you didn't have her number. It's not like you couldn't text her. You have to ask, like, how far is too far for you? Is I know you have body image issues. I know that the fans attack you. So if that's too far, tell me that, because I don't want to hurt you. What is so wrong with communicating so that one, y'all can play off of each other correctly? And two, the story can still look real. It can still look legitimate. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to do weird shit.
But you know what the sad thing is?
And you
Is
guys
that
could have been like, hey, actually, I have this really weird story that actually happened to me. I'll tell you about it and you can use it.
That's what I'm saying.
And then we can be like, oh, and she like confirms it's like a real story, and it's just like something that's like over embellished that you like guys laughed about. Like, come on now.
you know the thing that gets me is that this woman is a mother, and I'm gonna say this as a mom. We have an epidemic of mean girls running around, and I hate that term so goddamn much. And it's just these girls who walk around and they think they're tough shit, when in reality, all it takes is for the bigger, badder bitch to knock them out, slap them one time. That's all they need to embarrass them, right? The fact that she was like this on TV, not having to be Becky Lynch. This was Rebecca Lopez, Rebecca Quinn, whatever the fuck her last name is anymore. I don't care. But like, she's on here like this, and it makes me wonder. Her daughter is watching her. Her daughter is at the age where little girls start looking up to their moms, their grandmothers, some kind of like maternal mother figure, right? That's when they start like, what's mom doing? I want to do what mom does, that, or I want to do what Nana's doing. I want to do what Auntie's doing, any of that stuff. Her daughter is seeing this behavior. How do you think this is going to interact? Because I know Rue's different. She's a wrestling kid. She's going to grow up and she's growing up in the business. She knows blah, blah, blah. But if Becky is generally like this in real life and her daughter sees her like this, her kid's going to think, oh, it's okay to act like this because all I have to say is a half-ass I'm sorry, or come up with some excuse that makes me feel or makes me sound like I'm actually sorry, but deep down I'm not. And I don't fucking like that. Like, you're too
I
old acting like this. Like, come
I
on.
don't think that in real life she's behaving this way. I'll say this. I do think that during that time frame in her life, that's how she was. And I think that she's not going to apologize for it because she got what she wanted and what she felt like she needed from that situation. And that Charlotte should know better because Charlotte's in the business and this is a part of the business. That's how she feels. Because the ire wasn't on her. She didn't have to suffer. And she hasn't had to suffer because of it. And she just feels like as Charlotte's gotten everything, she's already at the top of the mountain. She doesn't need anything. When it comes to her child, however, to be fair, I to be honest, I don't think that that situation will correlate because she's a different human being, even though she doesn't have any remorse for what she did with her. Her daughter is different, and I do think that they'll be fine as parents, and they'll do fine against Rue if that's the case. I just think that she doesn't. She feels like whatever she did, it's a moot point at this point. She's done with it, and that Charlotte should be over it by now as well. And I that is a testament to how she feels about human beings and relationships in general, how she operates in terms of friendships. Um, they're harder and they're more difficult for her to navigate because she feels like people should just understand where she's coming from. And I'm just like, you can't gauge your friendship based off of how you would respond to it because that's how she's acting. Well, I used it and I went a little too far. I just went too far. And it was just like, okay, yeah, you went too far, but you have to take better accountability than that. And I'm not saying that she hasn't, because we don't know what she's done with Charlotte or against Charlotte, or what Charlotte has said she's done in terms of her being friends or whatever. All I'm saying is it doesn't look nice. It looks very ugly. It just looks ugly. But it also proves that you really don't have, you got to gauge your friends better. Is my point. Like, there's a certain level of trust you have to have with your friends. You should be able to talk to them and be able to have an open conversation. You should be able to trust when you tell them something that it will be between you two, and you won't hear that all over the place. That's a boundary she crossed, and that's a level of trust that Charlotte will never get back. And not only that, it wasn't done in like their friend group. It was public. It was on the internet, and it caused the rest of the internet to have ire for her 1000%. And it's too much. She deserves more than that.
Agreed.
But her day will come. She'll realize that, because when we look at how wrestling operates when it comes to calling people old and making people feel obsolete, we know that women are the first to be attacked. Always. They're always the first to be attacked. So we'll see. We'll see how she fares when the world is turning against her and they're telling her she needs to go take her old ass home to be with her daughter. That's just something she gonna have to deal with, because it's coming. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling you what's coming your way. They're gonna say it like, you're too fucking old. It's a whole bunch of people there. You need to take your ass home and go raise your child. That is the first
Take
thing
your
they're gonna
ass home,
say.
bitch.
That's the first thing they're gonna
I mean,
say.
honestly, she's stuff she should fucking be right now, but whatever.
I don't mind her. I don't mind her being there. That's not my problem. But the way that this is my thing. The way they dog Charlotte for taking opportunities was not the same as what they give to Becky. I don't hear nothing. It be crickets. Nobody is mad that Becky's a two-time, 3-time Intercontinental Champion. Nobody's upset, even though you could have kept that title on Lyra and had real matches and real feuds. You could have dropped that belt from AJ Lee after WrestleMania to somebody else other than Becky, just so Becky can have a
And
moment with
just
her daughter. Like, we didn't. I'm not saying she didn't need it, but Becky has had plenty of Mania moments, and her ass will have another one. So it was unnecessary for you to do all of that. Even if AJ Lee wanted to go home, fine, you can go home, but you should have dropped that title to somebody else. There was no need for us to have another
so
iteration of Becky talking down to people and treating people like shit, character or not, and then having to have this character overcome moment. Fine, whatever makes you happy, sure, but they're
but
gonna
also
do it. They're gonna do it. I'm just waiting for them to say it, and then I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I fucking told you they were gonna say that shit to you, because that's how they are. So it's just wait about just a
and
little bit of time. I'm gonna make t-shirts. Take your ass home and go raise your child. That's what they're gonna be telling you.
oh, it's not even thing because the title we always say it for the men. It's the workhorse title. Well, this also needs to go for the women. Lyra had that title. She dropped it to Becky. Maxine. Everyone forgets that Maxine was an Intercontinental Champion. She dropped it to Becky. AJ Lee won it, which okay, whatever. We knew it was going to happen eventually. She had that shit for less than 2 months and she dropped it back to Becky.
Becky is a 3-time Intercontinental Champion. I think that title's been in existence for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like maybe 2 years, if that. It hasn't been that long.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I'm shocked Bailey and Lyra won.
Mm.
I mean, you got
That's
Bailey
nasty.
right. I saw this today, and then we can switch to another topic or whatever. I saw someone say this today, and it made sense. It said when Charlotte Flair is ready to hang up boots, she'll come back, but she will be wrestling. She'll be in the audience, or she'll do stage she'll walk backstage, talk to the girls, that kind of thing, front row, very VIP treatment, right? Which I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that, because even Charlotte has said that. She goes, when it's time for me to go, I'm hanging up the boots, and that's it. Okay, cool, I respect that. They added, I don't see Becky doing that, because Becky will keep going because she'll know her name will be forgotten. I was like, fucking deep cut right there, shit. But they're not wrong. I don't think they're wrong. Becky be out here at 50 trying to manhandle slam people, and we're like, bitch, you ain't Asuka. Go the fuck home and see you.
At this
I
point,
better not see that bitch in the ring at 50. Oh my
it's
god.
happening. It's happening.
Because
I
Char
would
is not
stop
like her
watching
dad.
WWE by then.
You probably
I
will.
would dead ass stop watching. I'll be
I'll
like,
tell
you know
y'all
what? That's
what.
it for me.
I'm telling y'all,
It's
it's coming. I can't wait.
It's been a good
It's coming.
But it's like Charlotte's smart. I know she's been saving money, and it's just like she's not going to be like her dad, who's out here, 98 years old, wanting to wrestle after he almost had a damn near heart attack in his last match ever. And it's just like Charlotte goes, she'll have her rest of her life past her career. Becky won't have anything.
She'll have
She'll
what
be
she's
Seth's
built.
wife.
She'll have this
She will
coffee
have what
shit.
she built. She'll have what she built.
Yeah. It's just like this
That's
coffee bullshit she's doing. And I'm not saying a poo poo, I'm just saying that's coffee shit. But for Charlotte is going to be like she's like going to be an influencer when she retires. So be like you'll see her at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and then you'll see her like at Cannes randomly, and she's like a L'Oreal ambassador. You're like, what the fuck? And then you'll see her like in doing some big ass like Coachella ad that goes viral, like just the most random shit. Would never see her at anything of WWE till she gets inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. After that, disappears again.
And then she shows up at like WrestleMania because they're like, hey, we just need to show you for like 5 seconds. And she's like, okay, well, here's what you need to pay me to show up for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not shitting on Becky too much. I'm only giving her the smoke that she earned. But I'm just telling y'all, take your ass home. It's coming. Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the people to tell you to take their ass home. It's like, you old ass fucking bitch.
It's coming. It's coming.
Like, you fucking suck. You can't even wrestle.
I don't want to hear anyone.
You have 5 moves of doom.
That's what they're gonna be saying too. No, for real. Because they said that about Charlotte and everybody else. So you're gonna get that same smoke.
Say about John Cena, say about Roman, which honestly
is true
ain't
about John Cena. I mean, it's not a lie.
No, Cena really was 5 moves of doom. He was. Oh no, that's heat. Yeah. No.
That was what he did, so it's fine.
It was. It's not too
With
good.
that being said, we are going to get out of here, and I will see you guys over on my channel in a couple hours after Raw is over. We got a couple things that have already happened, and we'll get into Raw over on my channel so y'all can enjoy. But for now, it looks like they're getting ready to do this contract signing for Tribal Combat. This is all happening on Sunday for Clash in Italy, and they are going to be having Becky versus Soul for the IC title, Roman's title match against Jacob, and for Tribal Chief, they're going to be in tribal combat. You're going to have Cody and Gunther on Clash in Italy as well, and I believe for now that's it. I don't think they have any other matches booked just yet. So we'll have to wait and see. But this card looks like it's going to be building slowly as we speak. With that being said, I will see you guys very soon. But Down for the Count, we'll see you guys probably next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Down for the count.